kind of starting with their will. Like, it's not really against their will to begin with. I mean, it can be if the parents, it's kind of taken from the parents. But typically, it's in accordance with the parents or with the actual person's beliefs. Like, if it's runaway, and they'll think that they're going to make a better life for themselves, but then the tables will turn and they will find themselves in slavery, like forced to work or do sex work for somebody else. Sex and child trafficking is a big part of human trafficking. It occurs with minors mostly, as in child trafficking directly refers to minors, but sex trafficking also happens a lot with people age 25 and under. Expect a lot of them also minors sometimes. The case studies we talked about the case in Pittsburgh and the case in Germany. Well, in Pittsburgh, it shows that human trafficking happens all across the United States. And then the case in Germany shows that even though prostitution is legal in some places, it doesn't have the right kind of support by the government to continue that way. Because a lot of the people who are prostituted are trafficked. 99% do not sign contracts to be prostitutes, which kind of leaves them at the whim of their employer. Their employer takes most of their money, which shows that this is not that this should not continue, that there should be restrictions involved, and that the prostitute should make more money if it's to continue being legal. And the solutions we talked about, greater funding for organizations, greater collaboration between the governmental, international, and nonprofit organizations, so that they can better kind of cast their net around human trafficking together, while just instead of casting smaller nets, if they cast one large one, they could better identify the problem. And also just greater awareness. We are all kind of better aware of human trafficking on the broad scale and on the small scale. The broad scale being like knowing kind of where it happens, like what percentage of people get trafficked, who's more likely to get trafficked, hotspots on trafficking, and also the lower kind of part of trafficking, like knowing not to like take jobs from people you don't know, like that ask you to move to like another part of the world that seem too whimsical to be true. Just things like that need to be done, I think, and they're not difficult to be done. I mean, for greater movement between organizations, that doesn't take any more money than it already does. It just requires greater collaboration between them, and I think that's a major component of getting rid of human trafficking. Greater funding, just some dollars can be, I mean, when there's like a world disaster, the Red Cross sets up donations for them, and then they have tons of money. Human trafficking is a world disaster, and if one of those like donation through like Red Cross is being done, that human trafficking could be ended with the money going to like the nonprofit organizations that can better help curb human trafficking. Then just greater awareness, like what we're doing now, kind of presenting to you on human trafficking, like what you can say to other people, or videos that can be shown to other people, just anything to make people more aware of the situations that can happen kind of wherever you are, and what you can do to help those actual traffic victims. I don't think we talked about this very much, but I want to add it in during the end. We've talked about it a lot, but the trafficked victims, if they are found, it's very hard for them to be brought back into society. There's like clinics and there's other nonprofits which work to aim that, like
people do severe trauma.
Severe trauma, exactly. The sex workers. There's like organizations where I live where, as it is like a hotspot for trafficking, there's ones that kind of help young women who were trafficked, like minors who were actually sex trafficked, help come back into society. But it's a very hard process for them. A lot of post-traumatic stress disorder is involved with human trafficking, especially sex trafficking. People are beaten, and just helping get these people who are already trafficked saved, rescued, and back to society is also a big part of it as well. So thank you for listening.